What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, aka Michael Sarah's burnt out brother. It's Monday morning. It's a new week in 2K. Look, that's exciting. Also not exciting, but it's exciting at the same time, I guess. Looking at XP, we don't really have anything crazy going on. We got some new dailies. We got the beginning of week 3, part 1, which are always important to do because they do give you a draft token, and without a doubt, draft is the most rewarding mode in my team this year. The least amount of playing for the most reward. Even if you lose all 3 games, you still get a deluxe base set pack, so it's absolutely worth doing. Plus, it's XP. You got to grind it anyway. Other than that, we didn't really get much else, but we did get an update to both Triple Threat Offline and Triple Threat Online. Triple Threat Offline, we got perennial reward player Louie Dampier. Look, I cannot sit here and tell you that I'm excited about Louie Dampier, but the one thing I will say about this is at least 2K had the wherewithal to actually give us Louie Dampier in the early game this year, as opposed to giving us a Dark Matter or an Opal Louie Dampier in May like they normally do. And then shout out to 2K for stumping even me with my ridiculous basketball knowledge, because I truly had no idea who Carr was. Alright, normally, aside from Terry Dissinger, I've at least heard of some of these guys before for the most part, whether that be in past 2Ks or just random knowledge that I've had. I have literally never heard of Carr, to the point where when I saw his name earlier, I honestly had no idea who this was. And I don't know, all accounts, he looks like one of the best defensive players in this game. So at the end of this video, we are going to go and look at the cards on 2KDP. So we'll go over them extensively to see if they're worth it. But I did want to talk about the market real quick. If you invested in any of these signature series cards while they were a little bit lower over the weekend, they have yet to go back up, but I think that they will for the most part. Someone like Terrence Ross, he's probably not going to go up and be 15, 20K or anything of that nature. Blake Griffin has kind of dipped down in price a little bit, and we're going to see these cards go down in price until about Wednesday. I predict they'll be up a little bit more, and then obviously next week when the packs are actually gone, some of these guys will go up for about a week or two until we start to get overpowered versions of it. Some of the Primetime 2 players are down because if anybody did the Weekend Warrior XP challenges, you got a Primetime pack out of it, so you're going to see a couple more of each player hit the market because 1 or 2 people will have pick those guys up in some capacity. I don't think that they're really going down too much. Jason Richardson is down below 20K for the first time since I believe the Primetime packs were actually out, so I'm going to probably pick him up, right? I'm not going to pick up a grade 7 one. What am I, a peasant? No, we don't do that. 19,000, whatever. I'll pick up Jason Richardson for that. This dude's a monster. I don't even care. Look, is it wise to spend 19,000 on an amethyst? Yeah, probably not. Stephon Marbury seems to be the only card that really hasn't gone down that much in price or value, which is interesting to say the least. I'm kind of shocked by that, but point guards are so barren right now as far as the amethyst or below. It's really just Fred VanVleet and Damian Lillard, and Marbury. That's it. None of the rest of the cards really went down. Steve Nash is still hovering right around 100K, possibly a little bit lower. He's still a good point guard. It's not worth it. Chris Paul and Tim Duncan are down a little bit, but nothing crazy one way or the other. So either way, let's go over to 2KDB and let's kind of look at the cards in general, because I feel like maybe there's some good bang for your buck there. I don't know. Let's go check it out. All right, so looking at the reward cards here, we got Carr, and we got Louie Dampier. Look, I'll start with Carr because he's going to be the harder card to, you know what, it's actually debatable. I don't know if he's going to be the harder card to get. I actually think Louie Dampier will be the hardest card to get because of the RNG in Triple Threat Offline. Some people will get him like that instantly. Other people will play 300 games and not get him. So let's just look at Carr first. Small forward, shooting guard, 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan, 205 weight. Weight actually kind of does have some sort of an impact this year, so it is important to kind of look at, especially in the early game. Once we get a couple months into the season, it's not going to matter, and it really doesn't matter that much now, but it's something to look at. Weight and strength and player builds kind of play a decent role this year. 91 shot close, 81 mid-range, 75 three-pointer, which isn't great, but depending on his jump shot, which I'll look at in a second, he might be pretty decent. I don't know. If you put a shoe, coach, floor general, he's hitting threes and stuff, so 75 free throws, kind of rough, but whatever. 85 driving dunks, fine. 88 foul is actually relatively good. Wish he had a higher free throw for that, but you know, it's cool. 99 hands. That's what I'm talking about. 84 speed with ball, 83 ball handle, really solid. 86 speed, super solid for someone of his size. 90 vertical, like he's getting up there. Only a 77 strength, but he's not really going to be playing on the interior anyway, so it's not really the biggest deal in the world. 94 perimeter defense, 95 lateral quickness, 95 steal, 95 defensive consistency, and he's got some decent rebounding stats. Oh yeah, like ML Carr might be nice. He's got good hot zones. They're just none of them are at the 3-point line. So if you're a 3-point player, you're not really going to like him too much. But either way, looking at the tendencies, 81 pass intercept, 82 on-ball steal. You'd like to see the contest shot and block shot up a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal. Only a 31 foul, which, you know, if you're thinking back to 2K21 Endgame, that sounds awful. But at this point, it's like really not that bad. Like truly, it's not. The shot close left, shot close middle, and shot close right tendencies are always kind of important to look at, especially if you're someone who relies heavily and enjoys like dunking and stuff like that. You don't want those tendencies to be too high because then they'll start to do like fades and leaners and stuff instead of like attacking the basket. So it depends how you're actually like wanting to look. Play discipline is a 3, which means he's going to come off the corners and stuff like that occasionally. Play discipline more or less affects offense more than anything, so he's not going to run the plays 100% right, which honestly it is it's like contentious in regard to the play discipline tendency. I personally think it does have an effect on how well players will run like organized plays and stuff like that. Some people don't really feel that way. They don't think it does anything. I don't know. Sometimes play discipline can actually be detrimental though, especially when you're trying to run like your own offense and not run a bunch of plays, and you do have like generalized plays and freelances called. That's kind of annoying. On the inside, 90 driving dunk tendency, 85 flashing dunk, perfect. I mean, it's everything you need right there. It's kind of the only thing I wanted to look at. The 58 drive tendency, like, it doesn't really have too much of an effect, but I feel like attack strong on the drive is something that you need to look at a little bit. I'm going kind of in-depth on the tendencies. I'm still trying to figure out how everything works before I make like a tendency video like I did last year, because a lot of the tendencies are a little bit different. Now, as far as jump shot, he's got jump shot 75, which is Pascal Siakam and Bojan and Jaden McDaniels. Shout out to all my Jadens out there. This is a really good jump shot this year. This is the jump shot they're giving Brandon Ingram and Jaylen Brown this year, so that's important to note because they had, can't remember what their base was last year. It might have been base 75, but I don't think it was. Either way, Bojan, if you want to know how he shoots, go grab Bojan, or better yet, grab Pascal Siakam, since he has like very similar stat lines. And that'll kind of give you an idea of like how well this card is going to do in the offensive end. He's got a release 113 upper, which only Brandon. So this is a preview of what Brandon Ingram's jumper is going to be like this year. Okay, cool. Look, I don't go into all the dribble moves. I'm not like a dribble god or anything like that. He's got the Ben McLemore leaner, which is sick. Leaners are actually a thing that you can do this year consistently. So this is a Brandon Ingram. This is a defensive Brandon Ingram is what ML Carr is, which is just, ML is such a sick first name. Yeah, whatever. He's got like Kobe's size up, Russell Westbrook SIGs, which most people have at this point. Yeah, that's what Melo's got and stuff too. Kobe Bryant escape, whatever. Most people have that as well at this point. That's what Dwayne Wade and like Derrick Rose and stuff have. LeBron James crossover, yeah, most people have that as well. So he's got pretty normal dribble moves. You know what I mean? Yeah, dunk packages, I honestly don't care. I'm sorry. All right, now let's look at the badge counts. Okay, so he's got some decent finishing badges: Acrobat, Posterizer, Pro Touch, Slither Finisher Gold, Fast Twitch, Fearless Finisher, Teardropper. He can get pretty much every attacking badge. Things that I would give him, it's dependent on playstyle. You can't give him a single shooting badge, not one. But he can get all these playmaking badges and all the defensive badges too. So he's a very specialist player, but a good one at that. The defensive badges are legit. Basically, the best way I can describe what ML Carr is going to be, he's Andre Roberson with better shooting statistics and a better jump shot. That's what he is, and better defensive badges. So if you are somebody who liked Andre Roberson, you're going to love this card. That's just what it is. Like, and he brings you more on the offensive end. Now my boy Louie Dampier. I shaved off all my facial hair into just a mustache. just for Louie Dampier. Shout out to Louie Dampier. Let's check the jumper right off the bat. He's a Tony Parker clone. So Tony Parker basically has a slower version of Wade base or base 98. It's very similar timing, just like a millisecond slower. Which this year shouldn't be that big of a deal on current gen. It's not a big deal on next gen. It does get a little bit of annoying, especially if you start using base 98 guys and then you switch to like a Tony Parker. Basically the same size too, but he does have a 6'7" wingspan, so he's got like long like arms and stuff, which is cool, and just the dustiest mustache. I love it. Stats wise, like 93 point shot, 92 speed, 92 acceleration. Like he's not dunking at all. 92 driving layup. He's basically a much better Fred VanVleet. A little bit worse defensively, well, significantly worse defensively, but much better in the playmaking, offensive, and shooting aspects. 92 speed ball, 90 ball handling, good passing stats. 87 lateral quickness is decent. He is only 6 foot, though. It's kind of a problem. 95 stamina is huge at this point. 90 hustle, it's good. 80 vertical, which is hilarious because he can't dunk, but whatever. It's vertical is subjective, so it's fine. He does have Hoff Giant Slayer, Acrobat, Fast Twitch, Fearless Finisher, Pro Touch, Slithery, Teardropper, and he does have Silver Unstrippable, which is good. You can give him a few attacking badges, like Grace Under Pressure is probably something that's decent. Like Rise Up, I don't think really matters. Put Back Boss, like I wouldn't even waste a spot. Then he's got Mismatch Expert on Hoff, which they did nerf a little bit, but it's still really good. Blinders, Catch and Shoot, Difficult Shots, Volume Shooter. Silver Clutch, Silver Green Machine, Silver Non-Upgradable Hot Zone, Silver Non-Upgradable Limitless Spock, and Lucky Number 7, which is upgradable. He can't get Chef. You can give him Circus 3s, Corner Specialist, Deadeye, Fade, Rhythm. You can basically give him every badge except Chef, which is kind of whack. Playmaking, he's got Hall of Fame Floor General, and then he's got a bunch of good gold badges. The only playmaking badge he doesn't have is Post Playmaker. You can give him all the defensive badges except Worm, though, which is cool. Like, I highly recommend giving him Clamps. I highly recommend giving him Intimidator, Menace, which I'm still not 100% sure what the difference between those two is. I think it's like a stamina issue, and Intimidator is like a percentage issue. That's what I think. But if you guys know what that is, like, comment down below, because I truly don't know the difference. He does have Silver Hustler already, which Hustler is a super important badge. Look, realistically, Louie Dampier looks pretty good. Like, he looks like a better offensive version of Fred VanVleet, who I like, but some people kind of hate because he's small and doesn't dunk. I understand that. 65 pass intercept, 7D on-ball steal, 5 shot contest, 15 block. Now, this is the issue here. If you're someone who plays off-ball defense, which, like, I don't judge you, dude. Do what you want to do, right? If you play off-ball defense, you're going to hate Louie Dampier straight up because he's got a 5 shot contest, so he's never going to, like, stick an arm up on the opposing point guard if they go to shoot while you're off-balling with the center. So it's something to think about. That's why someone like a Fred VanVleet's a little bit better for that kind of play style because he has, like, better stats. Other than that, like, I mean, everything's pretty standard here. I mean, what you'd expect from, like, a Tony Parker-esque player. He has, like, 0 post moves, which is sick. And then we're looking at the actual animations. Like I said, Tony Parker base, Tony Parker upper, same as Calvin Murphy and Tony Parker. So, obviously, if you want to try out Louie Dampier before and you have this Tony Parker, go play around a little bit with Tony Parker. It'll be the same thing. They're both on normal jump shot timing, etc. So, leaner's just a normal leaner. It's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, Danny Granger and, like, Glenn Robinson have it. Normal leaner is fine, I think. I forgot what Allen Houston had last year. That was, like, my favorite one, though. And then dribble moves, whatever. He's got Russ, KD, Tatum, crossover, Wiggins. Yeah, I'm still not familiar with enough of these moves to really tell you if they're good or not. Like Tatum, I don't know. I don't know how good his is. Just because, well, I mean, Anthony Simons had it, and he's pretty solid overall, but there's not really any great dribblers in here, except for, I mean, Jameer Nelson people like a lot. I'm not a huge fan of it, so it's, like, kind of tough to really say. The Wiggins behind the back, like, I don't have a lot of these cards, so I couldn't tell you how good this is. I really haven't used anyone with this. No, I've used Seth Curry's. I mean, it's okay. It's not terrible. Kevin Durant escape package. Yeah, I don't have Guerin, Ron Boone, Otis Birdsong. I have Silas. I haven't used him. Terrence Ross. It's okay. It's okay. These aren't the best dribble moves in the world, but they're pretty good. So, Hey, look, if any of those things sound appealing, definitely cards you want to go for. I mean, at the end of the day, they are free reward cards. They couldn't hurt to go for. I mean, even just from a tactical standpoint, if you want to grab, Louie Dampier and sell off like your Steve Nash or your Chris Paul, just because it makes sense monetarily and you can just survive using Louie Dampier in the meantime until someone cool comes out, hey, by all means, I would definitely go for that. But as always, it's been your boy Cheap Ludes, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.